When you're falling, I'll be there above all.
Okay. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that seems reasonable.
Okay, so I will go ahead and change up that power.
Okay. Oh, jeez. Who put the guys coming out of the car and the guys screaming at God in the corner? Wait, let's see if this... Oh, this is the last day that I'll be able to use these sound effects. I've been furiously downloading my own. Will this work? Yes. Okay. So, are we ready to begin?
Looks like it.
Okay. So, if my memory serves me correctly, you recently finished your fight with a bunch of Ordrists, in which you came out in a laughably one-sided victory. And Benumzes has taken it upon himself to dress himself as the... Yeah, fight. Has taken it upon himself to dress as one of the Ordrists to try and sneak back to their headquarters and see what's going on, where the rest of you are somewhat dispersing throughout the rest of the megacity.
Indeed.
Okay. So, so we know that you and the your captive initiate there are driving back in one of the Orgis cars, but how is everyone else intending to get back?
Oh, I was riding back with Arsenal, I think. I think he was getting the other car.
Okay.
We were gonna head back in, and then the other guy can just, fucking speed a light it.
What are you talking about? I'm just an ordinary dude who works for Amazon.
I guess I'll just have to walk.
I
Or maybe
guess.
Amazon has a shipment depot out here. You can just go back to work here.
Jeez.
God, you're so mean, Benjamin.
Hey, I offered to carry you back next time.
Oh, his head detaches. So I assume you make your way, make your way back.
I guess I'll walk
Jeez.
back.
Are you
When you
walking
could
or
ride
are
in
you
the
walking
car.
quickly?
A car.
Yeah, they do have an intact car, I believe.
No,
I think
you
one of them
remember
has their
somebody
windshield
threw it.
bashed out, but that's
no,
about
that was
it.
another car. We took one of the Origis' cars. They had two.
Yeah.
They had 3. One of them was exploded. The other
that's
one
right.
had a crack in the windshield, and the one I took is the good one, quote unquote.
Yes.
So not only did you leave me behind, but you left me with a cracked windshield.
Oof.
Well, to be fair, if we're going to go full technicality, we're totally stealing all of this right now. But, I
Yeah.
mean, who's going to argue?
Nobody is left to.
I thought we were arguing, like right now. Ben, you're not being a good friend to me.
I'm trying.
So-
I'll give you a tip next time I get a package.
So who's getting in the car?
Not a delivery man. That's the UPS. Well, not here, but
I'm not a messenger boy. I'm a delivery boy.
Right.
Anyway, who's getting in the car?
Well, I mean, I'm getting in the one with is Arsenal here, or are we just pretending he vanished?
Arsenal, I would say, is here, but he's got this weird vacant expression on his face.
well, yeah, it's a suit.
Yeah.
It's staring
He-
off
he-
into space.
He's just kind of standing there staring off into space.
You
Every
hear
once
the
in a while,
dial-up tone.
he sways and stumbles a little bit.
He could just blast off home to do an experiment that he is interested in doing.
I mean, that's
I
what he
left the
said.
oven on.
Yeah, it's just like, fuck you guys, I'm going back home.
Well, I mean, that's what he said. Apparently, Epic is
Yeah.
going to take over.
Yeah,
I can
Epic's
I can
doing some
try and
stuff.
drive.
Yes, there was a catastrophic Arsenal system failure from killing too many people. Oh, jeez. Yes.
All right, so here's how this is going to work. I drove us here, right? Scrap.
You kind of, I mean, yes. You. I mean,
To what you know,
I, think you
I
did.
drove us here.
Yeah.
All right. Well, here's what I'm going to do: is that I'm going to drive you home. Right? That's where you want to go.
I mean, yeah, I can hit up that guy and I point at Benjamin. I hit him. I got a phone. I can talk to
Right.
him later.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drive you home, but I'm also going to rewind time every time I get into an accident, to the point where that we just get home, and then. Well, I guess if I just rewind time every time we get into an accident, I'm fine. I don't need to do the break the car down, put it back together thing again.
Yeah.
Didn't work out too well last time. So
Yeah,
this-
so this time I'll just, anytime I look like a bad driver, I'll just rewind time and then I'll be a good driver.
So after several multi-car pileups and several close deaths, which you rewound, where actually are you driving?
we're going to the scrapyard on 355th.
Okay, so let me swap that over. You're able to get through the checkpoints on the outside without too much trouble, because there's not a lot of traffic around the going in and out of the wall. It's mostly comes in and out of the ports, so the guards just kind of ask you where you've been, check for any signs of mutation, and then let you through. So you are back within the mega, and switching back over to Cote Noir. You guys definitely, well, at least Scrap in particular, definitely feels a bit better being inside the walls again, I assume.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. It's terrifying out there.
Think about all the fun we had.
We what? We
All the
We
people
crashed
you
a car.
killed.
I was somewhere. This guy, I think, showed up while we were there, and then
What guy?
the car and Fred and the other. I don't even. I'm gonna take a nap.
Wait, Fred just showed
You know
up
what,
out of
that's-
nowhere?
Oh no. Fred, I believe, was rolled out of the way before Scrap threw a car, following which he kind of passed.
No, I'm just going
Oh, yeah.
back on his claim that somebody appeared out of nowhere. Because I've been friends with you guys for a long time.
Jeez.
This is some kind of gaslighting bullshit here.
It is, but it works because I do know almost everything about you. Because
Spooky.
you've told me.
Oh,
This is that scene in Live, Die, Repeat or
This is
something,
weird.
right? Where, tell me something you'd only tell your best friend or some shit like that. And then I show up and I say these things, and you're like, oh my god. You must be
Oh
my best
no.
friend. You must be my best friend. Something has to be wrong with me.
Mm-hmm. So you guys, as you're moving through the lower levels of the city, of course, well, you would start at the bottom, at the base of the wall. So you didn't really have to descend into anywhere, but it's very, of course, very sketchy down below. And Mr. Amazon employee, of course, everything's looking a bit weird, because you're from what time did you say you were from?
Let's say now. Let's say I'm from now. Not now in the game, but now.
You're from the current year.
Yep.
And you've moved to 20XX. The buildings are too tall, the people are too dirty, the walls are too high. Everything's generally pretty shit.
Man,
There's
so
a
this
gonk
is,
droid over there serving noodles.
this, is,
Yep.
this is what
Crazy.
2020 looks like, huh?
Yeah. We must have gone at least 1 year into the future. Well, you're not wrong.
I mean, I'm funny. It could be any time between now and 80 years from now.
Wow!
Crazy happened in the last 80 to now.
Something nuts. Okay. So, following Scrap's directions, you're able to make your way to what looks like just run down old scrapyard.
Perfect. All right, hold on. Let me just make sure. I'm gonna hop out of the car. Not literally hop out, because I'm pretty sure I don't know if he's still driving. I don't even know how good a driver he is.
Tuck and roll.
You've been with me the
Fucking
whole
roll,
time.
man.
You know exactly how good of a driver I am.
Yeah. Yeah, like as he drives, he does seem to miraculously miss many cars. Like sometimes he won't even look in that certain direction and he'll still like turn. It's almost like he's done this route a lot of times.
Including the car dodging.
Yes.
Conceivably, I could put a
It
blindfold
comes with
on and
Amazon
do it.
training.
Again, I work at an Amazon. I'm not a UPS driver.
I can't drive.
They have Amazon Logistics. They have people that do delivery stuff.
Eh.
We just gotta, like, give you a drone or something, then you'll be fine.
Amazon drone delivery. Okay, so you've arrived at the scrapyard. You have like a couple of the local bums poking through, but nothing too out of the ordinary.
That's fine. That's Crazy Steve, Walnut Bob.
Wait,
And,
are you explaining this to Walter?
Well, I mean, I'm pointing him out. Like, yeah, okay, it's Crazy
One hopes
Steve.
that I'm still there.
Though, like as soon as you say Crazy Steve, like Steve like snaps around. And he's like, "Scrap, you rat! I keep telling you I'm not crazy. Don't you see them?" And he like gestures at a soup can, and he's just like, "They'll get you next." Just like they got Walnut Bob's fucking cousin, Peanut Bob.
Oh, you pointing at
Isn't that
Soup
right,
Cat
Walnut?
Phil?
And Walnut Bob at this point is just like edging away.
Walnut Bob's a good one.
Yeah.
He's good people.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. And I do big old air quotes. I go, Crazy Steve. I'm sorry about that. It just slipped out. Of course you're not insane.
Yeah, that's right, kid. And don't you forget it.
Right.
And then he goes back to listening to the inside of one of the soup cans.
You can hear the ocean.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Well, let's see. I can't really... I mean, you know what? It's been a long day. I ran out of pocket breakfast a while ago. Haven't had food in a bit. I'm gonna go... There's probably some kind of... What's the word? Food stand or something open.
Yeah.
What time is it, give or take?
Maybe like 10 p.m.
Yeah, there's probably something open.
Oh yeah.
Won't be the first time I've had to go into a bar and be like, "No minors in here," and we all laugh.
Yeah. That sounds about accurate.
So,
So-
and I time freeze forever in the last part. You know, like
Wait, what?
I said, I time freeze forever when everybody laughs because it's like the perfect time to end any sitcom, right?
Just whenever someone
Freeze
jumps
frame.
and does a little kickoff, you're just like, "Ba-da."
Nice. Okay. So after wandering around for a little while, you can you come across a stand labeled Gyros Gyros.
Hate this motherfucker, but he makes good euros.
Or is it gyros?
Gyro
Or is
sees
it
you coming,
gyros,
and he's like,
gyros?
Scrap, you're not gonna try to sell me an old transistor for one of these boys, are ya?" And he like shakes a half-constructed gyro at you.
I go, "Oh no, I got cash today."
Oh, Scrap's got cash. Oh, and like one of the other guys sitting
want
goes like,
cash for your food, you
"No."
bastard.
"Oh, no. He like raises his hands defensively. He's like, "I just gotta make sure you're not giving me any Monopoly money."
Hell's Monopoly. I,
You know what? Never mind.
okay, fine, and just give me. I don't know. What do you got? Like, what was it last time? The last special was.
Last special was Luchador. It had some sort of spice in it, I think.
Do you still got some of that?
Yeah. He like
I'll take-
rummages around below, pulls out a suspiciously fully constructed gyro, slaps it on the grill.
Yeah, all right.
He's like, don't question it.
I don't,
I mean, work my
I
magic.
don't question things. You know how this can work.
All right.
And I'll get it. I'll pay in cash, and I just gotta go find a place to sleep tonight.
Yeah. So, Walter, what would you do in seeing this situation? Would you just like also get a euro, or would you try and talk to some of these people?
I'm not really that hungry, but I guess I would have to find
Stop
my
telling
own living
Pants the guy?
situation. I do like trying to figure me out, but
I guess he's dead.
oh, you can hear me? Can you guys not hear me? Awesome.
through the scuba tank. Just,
Yeah.
how are you today?
No, he doesn't talk, man.
Did you eat your
No.
fiber?
Scuba Steve never speaks. All you can hear is
Just
labored
breathes.
breathing through this snorkel.
He gives you thumbs up and thumbs down.
Yeah, okay symbols.
He only speaks in yes or no questions and haikus when he does actually speak.
Yeah, you guys couldn't hear me,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
Discord froze completely, and it's like, I guess I gotta restart it, and it just took forever for some reason.
Damn.
At least you're alive.
Such is life. We've
you're
just
taking
fleshed
that.
out random hobos, so we're all good.
Yes.
Scuba
We-
Steve?
Yeah, we went through the bestiary of hobos.
So we have crazy Steve, who's not actually crazy, but he's insane, and he lives in he doesn't live in the scrapyard, but he lives in the area, and he scrummages around. He doesn't get anything. We have Walnut Bob. He's good people. He's just a scrap diver. And then speaking of divers, Scuba Steve. Scuba Steve is a man who has been walking in flippers for the past decade, and he has a very fogged up mask and a snorkel, and he doesn't really speak, but he pushes around a shopping cart that squeaks. You always hear him. It's a squeaky shopping cart. If you can't hear a squeaking shopping cart, you hear the slap, slap, slap of the flippers on concrete. And you give him a wide berth, and you don't make eye contact.
What about Superman Phil?
Well, Soup Can Phil, he got out. He got a job at a soup kitchen, and he actually is doing modeling now.
He's
Sellout
a
bastard.
he's a well-renowned hand model. He models hands.
Yeah. Who would have thought? Soup Can. Hey,
Who
you
would've
don't
thought?
expect that from Soup Can.
Soup Can got out.
He got out, man. He's such a sellout, though.
You let showbiz ruin you once, putting your hand on screen, and it'll ruin the rest of your life.
Put your hand on screen.
So what were you doing while we were doing all this?
Yes.
Oh, finding a place to live.
And how would you go about doing that, Walter from Amazon?
Well, first I would win the lottery.
Do you have the wealth advantage?
No.
Do you have PowerPoints to acquire the wealth advantage?
I mean, how many,
It's an advantage, so it's 1 point per rank.
Yeah.
I have one PowerPoint I have not used.
You can
Alright.
win a lottery.
Alright, I'll just put down that.
Alright, so
What does Wealth 1 get you? I think it just, makes you well-to-do.
yeah.
Yeah. So, you could literally take every scratch-off, in the vicinity and just scratch them off one by one.
Yep.
And instantaneously turn them in.
Yeah.
And nobody will bat an eye except at your incredible, obviously fictitious luck.
Sure. I mean, all I really needed to do is find out where the winning lottery ticket's going to be sold.
Most places that do scratch-offs, you could just, turn them in at the register.
No, I
Yeah.
mean, I just need to know where it's sold. So all I need is $1 to buy my one scratch off to win, to then be wealthy.
Mm-hmm.
Right, but since I can just go back in time after somebody's won it, I'll know where they were going to buy it, cut in a line in front of them, buy it, and then win the lottery.
Flawless. Well, you got a winning lottery ticket, and you now don't really have to worry about being homeless or hungry,
Nope.
which is fortunate.
I'm so glad that my friend of all time has won the lottery. Good
It's
for
scraps. Scraps.
him. I'm gonna hold on. We're halfway through the year.
Scraps.
Mm.
Scraps.
What?
Scraps.
I'm going to fucking punch you. What do you want?
Hey, I thought we were friends.
Doesn't mean I can't swear at you.
True, I guess. What's my name?
Walter.
What's my last name?
That's your name. Did you ever tell me your last name?
Actually, I did.
From
I guess we're not
Amazon,
good
that's your
friends.
last name.
I'm Walter from Amazon.
Let's see, what do I know about Walter? His name is Walter. He's from Amazon. His name then must be Walter von Amazon.
Excellent.
No, I remember this. It's like Van Gogh. Van is from the place called Go. He's Walter Van Amazon.
It's like naming your spaceship. She's one of ours.
And that's how we know.
Wait, that actually is hilarious. I'm gonna steal that.
That's how we know she's
Have,
one of
have
ours.
you never heard that?
No.
Hey, you name it. She's one of ours, and so it's like, who's that on?
She's one of us.
She's one of ours.
What?
I mean, I got a coworker who got a white van from his family before, so he called it Van and White.
Jesus.
Jeez. Okay. So you're both standing there. You're constantly going like, "Scrap, what's my name?" And he's just like eating a gyro.
He's not constantly going, "Scrap, what's my name?" Scrap, what's my name? Scrap, what's my name?
Why are you asking me this?
Scrap, what's my name?
Wrinkly Walter, give him a nickname.
Walter. Oh, what was that? What was it? And he's
White.
walking away as he's kind of like, no, man, I'm thinking real hard. I can't quite remember. I'll get back to you.
Yeah, I'll see you from my high-rise apartment.
So what district would you like to settle in?
I don't know. Which one's Ben in?
He's in Alpina.
And he's got like the tallest tower there, I assume?
Yeah.
What's the
I
second?
don't think I'm in the tallest tower. I'm just like in a penthouse.
Yeah, he's in a penthouse tower.
What's a building I could be like able to look at Ben from inside of?
Well, you could gaze up at him from a fairly modest apartment down a couple levels lower.
Is there not
I
one
don't
that I'd
think
be
I
able
told
to
you-
eye level in?
I don't think I told Walter though. Like my regular name. I don't think I mentioned where I lived either.
Well, you're a
Well,
public
not to him
figure.
anyway.
You're a public figure though, so I can just look you up, literally.
Well, like Benjamin kind of is like as a businessman, but Firebrand like.
Oh, right. You
As
mean
you
that
can
you
see
only
for, like, a
introduced
whole
yourself
5
as
minutes.
Firebrand. Right.
That makes things
Yeah.
harder.
So you didn't change clothes or anytime? Okay, I guess that's stretching. Never mind.
I mean, I guess like I did like walk around in a suit in front of you very frequently.
But that's not really like a lot of people wear
Wait,
suits.
no, not you. You weren't around at that point. That's right.
Well, here's the thing. We keep
It was
using
after that.
the words "at that point" or "around that time."
Right, because I'm trying to distinguish the different periods between you as the player and you as different characters.
No. I mean this in a time traveling sense.
Yeah.
We keep using words like "at that time" or "around then."
Right. Like I think the entire existence of Walter around Firebrand has been as Firebrand.
Sure. Do you think that you'll never reveal your identity to me?
I probably will eventually.
Okay, then we just need to work backwards from there.
Jeez. But then of course you have the questions of why wouldn't you see X coming, or why did you not see your own death at this point?
Because those are serious things. Serious
I
things are
see.
a problem. Serious
Things
things
that-
we're not going to play that game with.
Things that actually matter.
Yeah, but fucking around stuff, that's fine. That's what this power is for.
Yeah. So we'll play it off as at some point you figure it out and then come back with the information and you're starting to abuse that information now.
Yeah.
So we'll live in the awkward timeline of wait a second, when did I tell you that?
Yeah, like I said, I'm not going to rewind and not have a fight or things like that, but
Right.
I will just use it to fuck with you. You will walk home one day and get a bucket of ice water on the head.
Alright, so yes, you are able to secure a fairly modest but still comfortable apartment in Alpina, 1 or 2 levels below the penthouse. So let's just move over there. This is moving, because I'm guessing.
Why do you not remember me, Ben? We're neighbors.
Well, not exactly neighbors. You're probably maybe...
We live in the same neighborhood that's filled with 75 million people.
Wow!
How could you not recognize me out of the entire population of the United States?
Come on, you could look out your window and see me, pervert.
Don't
You-
judge me.
you would have to look like at a 10-degree angle from vertical to see his apartment. It is it's pretty far down, but you could
So I guess that puts him
technically
like
see
at a
it.
mid-level or something.
Yeah, he's at a mid-level.
Right, but you're at the penthouse, so everybody can see up to you.
So, in any case, as you're nailing down that accommodation, we're gonna go back to Benumzis and his boy. So, you guys have been driving for some time. He's been kind of.
Okay, just sort of like making that note for mind scrap.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm listening. So we've been driving. I'm probably like making small talk. It's like, so what's your favorite ice cream?
He's been like very reluctantly answering. He's like, pistachio. He's very timid for understandable reasons. And
Man,
he's
pistachio? I could go for some pistachio. And then just literally out of nowhere pull out like some pistachio ice cream.
he's just like, I
Yeah, you
don't
want
like
some?
that. He's just gonna like look at you wide-eyed and kind of, and he's gonna like, I'm driving. He's gonna look back towards the road.
Well, there'll still be some by the time we get there. And then just like, he will, very blatantly just like take a spoon and just like eat straight out of like the ice cream pint.
Jeez. All right. So as you're, oh no, the file is too big. Shit. Sorry. As you're driving along, you find that you're moving towards the northern wall, separating Cote Noire and Reichsglen. And I feel like I should have a map image here, so I'm just gonna go and get that.
We do have the map image somewhere. I have it,
Yeah.
and I want to bring it up, but yeah, maybe like a page with it would be good.
Yeah.
But it sounds like it needs to be resized.
Oh, it's so far back. Oh, it's so far back. Back in January.
It's like a whole month.
Oh, that is only a whole month. Oh! Oh, where is it? You son of a bitch. Okay. Looks like I'll have to do this the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, I'm looking around for it too, just so I can have it up.
Because I do want to have that on hand. There it is. Let me get that in.
Oh, right, I just have a link up, don't I?
Mm-hmm. So let me grab this.
That's why I couldn't find it.
Okay. So let me throw this up here. So. Oh, no, wait, I want to make that the part of the background. Damn it. So, with this up here, at this point, so you've just come from the rural area, and you're moving up towards around this area.
All
Right
right,
there.
so between the Reichsglen there and Condor, yeah.
Yeah. And as you're driving, you're slowly making your way up and up through the levels until you get fairly near the top, when you begin to realize that there really aren't like everybody's walking everywhere, and there doesn't seem to be the usual like grime coating everything. And every couple of blocks, you see this. It looks like a large, immaculate marble building that has like absolutely no adornments or anything on it. A bunch of people filing in and out.
I see.
And as you get closer, these buildings become more and more dense until finally you're able to come across a what seems to be the central hub of this whole operation, at least in this area. It is what looks like a large glass and steel building that has been attached to the actual dividing wall itself. So it's kind of hovering over the rest of the city, and it is built actually into the wall. So they must have either greased some serious palms to construct this thing, or they just don't care.
Right. Likely is they might have actual authority to do this.
Yes. And as you drive up to the there's a little gate at the base of this. Well, okay, I'm gonna describe what it looks like. So the building doesn't actually touch the ground. It has what looks like a massive elevator that connects it to the lower level.
I see.
So you and your friend approach the bottom of this elevator, and he turns to you and is like, there's no way you can get in. You got to be a more advanced person than me.
Well, wouldn't you know it, I think I might be advanced enough. I think I have this guy's security clearance or cards, right?
If you took them off him, yeah.
Okay. So I think that should be able to get me in then.
Okay. So if you are going in that way, you roll up to a little checkpoint, and you see one of those silent, bald sword wielders, one of the retainers, standing by the standing like in a little booth, and just like he like leans out, looks in at you, and he's like, "Can I get your access card, please?"
Yes, of course.
He,
I will go ahead and hand it over.
He reaches over, takes it, looks at it, looks at you, like kind of narrows his eyes a little bit.
The very model of a modern major speaker.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't really need that anymore. And he like looks up at you, nods, and he's like, "Proceed, speaker." And he hands the card back to you, and you can move towards the elevator.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Do they allow my buddy in with me?
Yes.
Okay, cool. He is my honor guard for now, then. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, you two head through the, wait, give me 1 second. MP3. I need my proper tunes. It cripples me. So,
Tunes.
I need my tunes, even though the stream can't hear it.
Yeah, right now we're in, like, the overly wide, echoey airport MP3. So let's see what we get.
Yeah. Okay. But anyway, you get to the bottom of the elevator, and there is like a parking area for a lot of similar cars, and you can pile out over there. There are a couple of other, or just milling around. Some of them are getting into cars and moving off. And you can see a group of retainers that seem to be piling into a truck, and they're getting ready to go off and quell some disturbance, you're sure.
Quite a busy organization.
Mm-hmm. It is a bustle, but everything is very organized. You can actually see that some of these personnel have little patches on their uniforms that are different primary colors, and you can actually see little lines painted on the ground that match those primary colors.
Oh, interesting. Color-coded for our convenience. I don't have a color, do I?
You do not. You're not part of this base's staff. But being a speaker, you are afforded the privilege to come and go.
Indeed. So, where is there to go around here?
Well,
out of the parking garage, I suppose?
Yes. So you can get out of the garage and into the elevators, where there are a fair amount of like freight ones, but also a great number of passenger ones as well. So you kind of crowd in, and one of the other and one of the retainers steps in as well, and he's just going to kind of glower in the back as they do, as you start to ascend. And it appears as if this elevator is actually a pressurized tube, because there's no like jostling or anything like that. It's a smooth ride straight to the top.
Ooh, very fancy.
Mm-hmm. And once you get in, and once you get to the top, there is this huge expanse of just concrete, steel, and glass that is the main lobby. And you have more of these lines skating all over the place, but you also have some rather interesting looking robots that are standing by the corners. Of course, these guys look a bit more stylized than the Gonk droids, but once again, very clean lines, very...
Very new age style, really.
Yes. Although not quite artful, they're still functional. Everything's very, very clean, as you would expect.
Naturally, the orders do seem to keep things in order.
Make a perception check, if you will.
Alright. Perceptorino. Hey, a 20! That's actually pretty good.
Nice. And so when one of these robots passes by with a... it looks like it's carrying some sort of tray with some instruments on it. Well, not some like scientific instruments. You see that stamped on its back is the symbol of a crossguard and pummel. And if that memory serves you correctly, that is the Mordhau stamp.
Mordhau. Which group was Mordhau here?
Make a intelligence check.
I'm just trying to remember, because it's been a little bit since I've heard that name, if we heard it at all.
Yes.
17, though.
You remember that those were the guys that Arsenal was worried about. And I'll give you an example of what the robot looks like here.
Ah, okay.
So yes, they're...
So not only do they have a nice organization here, they also have some good corporate backing, too.
Yes, they do. And you'd probably guess that that's where a lot of their tech comes from. Seeing as they don't seem much like R&D people.
Fascinating.
So you're now standing... you are standing in this main lobby with these people following these colored lines all over.
I think it's time to just act natural and have a looky around. Let's see where all these things go to. What's here to be seen?
Okay. So probably the easiest way to do that is there is a board placed in the middle of the lobby that does have a map of the area.
Convenient.
Very. Now, let me grab this. Okay. And when you approach this map, you can see several parts are marked with white, while a couple more are marked with black. And looking at the legend, you can see that the areas marked with white are the ones that are permitted for all Ordris, and the areas that are black are restricted.
Restricted to speaker, speaker and above, or above speaker?
Above speaker.
Alright, so even I'm not allowed in there right now.
Yes.
Fair enough.
So the ones marked with white consist of the Hall of Records and Knowledge, something called the Pool of Resolution, the Service Hall, and Bunks and Recreation. And then the restricted areas include the Echelon Communication Room, Overseer's Quarters, and the Armory.
Overseer is not necessarily a higher rank than mine, just like a management rank, I guess, right?
It is management, yes.
Okay. I'm kind of curious what this pool of resolution is, and I'm going to ask my buddy a little bit, like if he knows what that could possibly...
Oh wait, that's too fast. the pool of.
Yes.
So when you mention the pool of resolution to it, he seems a bit more relaxed. He's like, the pool of resolution, where the local speakers tend to gather to solve disputes, organize events like that. It's quite an interesting thing, actually. And he starts like droning on about how this pool is like a technological marvel. It enables closer communication between people, but he's getting very technically into it.
Yeah, and I imagine my jaw is just like going more and more slack. It's like, neurons, right, okay.
Yeah.
Hum. I was hoping it would be more special than that. He gives with a shrug, and no indication of what special means.
Yeah. I thought it'd be, I don't know, cooler. Mm-hmm.
So very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. So you said there was
Yeah. So there's
full of
the
resolution, management offices, recreation, and
there's the service hall, and there was the hall of records and knowledge.
okay. Hall of Records and Knowledge actually sounds like a good place to start first.
Okay.
While I'm not much of a reader, I think I do have a thing here that I can use to infect the rest of the system for
Oh
when
no.
Arsenal gets back.
Oh no.
So he can at least have an in and play with that next time. That would be
Mm-hmm.
funny.
Just spike their systems. And it looks like the direction to the Hall of Records and Knowledge is a blue line on the ground.
Okay. So we're going to go ahead and take the blue line and go check out some knowledge.
Okay. So, you follow this line down a spiral staircase, and it's one of those spiral staircases that has the chandelier that goes down through the through the middle of the spiral staircase. So this whole big long section is lit, and there's a long window going down the side to look over the city. You pass a couple other or just along the way, mostly other initiates. They kind of nod to you as you pass, but generally nobody's really speaking to each other. They just kind of pass by, kind of
Very
absorbed in their.
tense workplace.
Well, like people don't seem harried. They just kind of don't bother speaking to each other.
Mm-hmm.
So
They all have their own tasks at hand then.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, we got ours at least, so that gives us a wide berth to have fun.
Yes. So you get to the bottom of these stairs and you come to another large circular room. This one looks like it's actually built into the wall. There's not any windows, but you can see rows upon rows of glass bookcases arranged in concentric circles. This place
Ooh,
is very large.
very nice.
Mm-hmm. And below you, the floor is actually partially steel and glass as well. And below, you can see what looks like the winking lights of servers below the floor.
Oh, well, that's where all the information is. Now we just gotta find a terminal.
Mm-hmm. And it looks like scattered throughout different nodes in this library, there are little workstations and terminals. And the first one you come across, there is an elderly. He looks like another speaker, kind of poring over some data. Would you accost him at all, or would you move on?
I may leave him alone for the time being, though I might need his help finding stuff later, because I am terribly not smart.
So you come into another workstation, and it has what looks like a flat scanner beside the screen.
A flat scanner. Is this
Mm-hmm.
for palms, or...?
It looks like it's for palms.
Okay. Well, I am disguised as the guy. I am morphed into him, so I should be able to fool this. Let's try it out.
Okay, make a deception check.
Aw, yeah. is a 24.
So you were able to get your hand to match up close enough with this guy after giving him a thorough inspection back in Knoxtown.
Mm-hmm.
So you were able to match his handprint well enough that you're able to gain access. And many files and folders arrange themselves in a circular configuration on the screen, and it looks like you have access.
Oh, very pretty OS.
Mm-hmm. So what are you looking for?
I'm probably looking for a number of things. I think one of them might be, more information about their teachings, like who exactly they worship here and what context they have to that. And maybe who's closer to being in charge of that worship.
Okay. So, it appears, from the information that you can dig up, is they don't really worship a thing, they worship an idea. They worship the idea that through orderly fashion and everybody having their job to do, knowing their place, and working together, people can achieve a higher, spiritual fulfillment, and also to reduce the poverty and unhappiness in the world. That's generally what they have on as their mission statement, though, that you can publicly see.
Right. But supposedly the idea must have like an origin in something and some kind of founder. And if that founder's alive, he might very well be in charge.
Yes. So the only information you can see about a higher echelon of control would be from something called CCON. And
Seacon.
yeah, it talks about CCON quite a lot and how the CCON helped the Ordris get started and how it was able to keep the organization stable as it expanded throughout the megacities.
Mm-hmm.
But it never really references what CCON is.
It does seem to be more of an organization than an entity, right?
It does. The way it talks about it's like it talks about like CCON deliberating on things and making decisions.
Okay. So interesting so far. So it helped them start out, but it's not necessarily in charge. Or,
It organizes the different. Well, the thing is, this location is actually called the Southern Redoubt. It's used to patrol Côte Noire.
Uh-huh.
And it does it doesn't control. The person who runs the Southern Redoubt is beholden to the wishes of CCON, but they kind of run it themselves.
Okay, so each individual structure is kind of their own thing, but also, yeah, Seacon is up there at the top then.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm getting a better idea of this organizational structure and who I can blame for things.
Yes.
All right. What other information could I go ahead and look up while I'm here? What's a good thing to ask? So we've kind of gone over their beliefs a little bit, which are basically as advertised, but they're not worshipping anything. They don't really have an origin outside of Seacon, and Seacon's also running the show. So I do need to learn more about Seacon, but these people don't have more about it, do they?
No. And if you're somebody more technologically gifted, you could probably suppose that your clearance doesn't go as high as you'd like, but it's not actually letting you know that. It's not showing you that, so you probably couldn't really guess it.
Right. But as far as what I'm seeing here, I do not see anything more.
No.
So I guess as far as my options go, it would be to either start asking around and start asking questions, or else try some other means, I think. Out of sheer curiosity, can my divine senses pick up anything in the building.
Your divine senses pick up this kind of low-grade energy,
Mhm.
whereas most of the time, if we're in the presence of a godly being or a particularly faithful worshiper of a being, you sense this concentrated power in them.
Mhm.
But here it seems to be distributed very uniformly and evenly throughout this building.
That in it itself seems just a little bit odd. It's like,
It
okay, bunch of worshippers, they got a little bit of the spark, everything feels good and right, but everything's very uniform. Very,
Yeah,
very uniform. Very
and
strange.
and like it seems because almost every time the energy is usually coming from like a person. Sometimes it might come from an artifact that people hold in reverence, but it's like coming from literally everything in this building. Like the wall is exuding a small amount of energy.
Right, their very way of life is part of the thing that they worship, therefore it
Yes.
is also their divine bit. Interesting. Oh, what's up, puppy? Why you barging in here?
Dog!
Orders do not allow dogs in here. That's right, go away.
Too messy.
Alright, go, puppy. Go. Let me close this door. Bah. Okay. So after shooing the dog away, So more interesting things here. I suppose I could go ahead and strike up a conversation with this person who's looking for stuff.
Alright, so
You
he's
need any help there, sir?
like, oh, no, Marius, it's fine. I was just looking for an old record back from the year 20XX, but not this year 20XX.
Oh, right, 20WW.
Oh yeah, yes, that's correct. That's correct. Yes, it was a incident involving a trade dispute between a man trying to sell counterfeit firecrackers, I believe. It's not the most glamorous work, he shrugs, but recently came up in the resolution chamber, so somebody's got to figure out what exactly happened.
Well, very important business, I know for sure. Only
Oh,
important to do all the investigative work and settle a matter once and for all.
yes, of course. Put it to rest.
I've actually gotten a little bit curious today, and I was trying to look more into the philosophical underpinnings of our organization, and I can't find much academic link. Could you help me out?
Make a deception check.
All right. It is quite a genuine request, but at the same time, I am definitely withholding information. So let's see how that
Yes.
goes. Is this person pretty? uh, I have to ask. It doesn't matter, but I'm still saying it. Okay, 17 though.
Okay. So he's gonna kind of stop for a second. He's like, Marius, are you alright? You've just been you've been outside that wall too long. You're a historian, you should know such things. And he like slaps you, gives you a little slap on the arm.
Yeah, I'll just like sigh and go, it's true. I feel overly tired, and after everything that happened, I feel a bit shaken, quite honestly.
Mm, yes. Well, we're still awaiting the official report. Make sure you can get that to us quick, all right?
Oh, yes. Is there anyone who I should take it to most immediately? Or should I just
Mm.
put it off into the system here?
Well,
I think there is something very troubling that I feel should be drawn to someone's attention.
oh really? Well, in that case, you should probably go directly to Overseer Routledge.
Oh, do you think he would see me on such short notice?
Well, being a retainer overseer, most unorthodox, I may add, and he kind of shakes his head. He's always eager to get his hands dirty, so if you've got bad news, I suppose that's good news to him.
Very true, very true. Well, I suppose maybe he'll be upset yet happy? Sounds about right.
He's like, he nods and like puffs out his cheeks. Yeah, upset but happy.
Still, I wouldn't mind finding something nice to read academically while I'm here.
I'm sure these books will be waiting for you when he comes back. Sorry, when you come back. Ugh.